long shadows early next morning after a night at Ketidahi Hut. These are Ketidahi Springs, where the volcanic sulphur just oozes out of the side of the mountain. And beyond that is a cloud. Is it an island? No, it's a mountain. Ketidahi Springs, which issue from the side of Mount Tongariro. But in fact they're rather a disappointment. They're not half as warm or as clean as Hot Water Beach at Tarawera. And apart from that, there's a great horde of school kids here, shrieking, and a fairly ill-mannered bunch as well. Ketidahi Hut, where we spent the second night of our trek, with the Ketidahi Springs and Sulphur Cliffs over to the west. Now, of course, the clouds have risen, and where the mountains were this morning, rising out of a sea of cloud, you can now see right down to the plains and Lake Rotorua and Lake Taupo. Making our way back up ground that we covered last night, over Tongariro Mountain to the next hut. We're back in the level of vegetation, and this hillside is absolutely covered with these wonderful little flowers. Back at the Blue Lake again, this time in much better light. And it's certainly very, very beautiful. Craters don't look quite so ominous in a bright light. Here's Red Crater and the Sulphur Cliffs to the south, and the vast flat space of the central crater, and between the huge circle of peaks up the Tongariro Mountain. Across the crater, Red Crater looks really dramatic this morning. But behind it, Ngauruhoe, which we were at the top of yesterday, has got its head in the clouds again. Old Lake also looks a lot nicer today in the sunshine. This is one that we could just see a very, very tiny part of from the top of the mountain. It lies just below Red Crater, which we've now passed. It's beautifully clear. Daisy's wondering about a swim, but I think the water might be arsenic loaded. The water around here still isn't all that good for drinking because of the sulphur given off the rocks and the ash lying around. We've just done one of the worst descents I've ever done in my life, where we've all fallen about in the cinders and cut ourselves to ribbons. Having made the descent from Tongariro, we're now walking across a desert which is vegetated only by the lichens and the small flowers. And you can see how poor the quality of the soil is. This desert stretches quite a way. Jay's already across it. Walk through the desert, it's beginning to look as though there's some real bad weather coming up from the southeast. Let's hope we get to the hut in time. As far as I'm concerned, this is very similar to Todd. You know, tumbled boulders on the landscape, and over there the sort of rounded shape of the moors. It could be Bridestones or Wirlaw or anywhere like that. It doesn't have to be New Zealand. Mind you, there is that in the way.